This townhouse is about to cost me 700,000 dirhams in renovation costs, which is $190,000 or 140,000 pounds. This could be the best investment I've ever made, or it could be the worst mistake I've ever made. I'm about to document the whole thing. Come with me and find out. The purchase of this townhouse was actually completed in December 2024. Now, you sharp tools out there might be thinking, James, we're in February 2026. Why haven't you done anything? Now, it's very common when you buy a townhouse in Dubai to have a sitting tenant, and sometimes they're not always vacant on transfer. And that was the case with this particular property here. We had a lovely tenant and his family in the home, and they didn't actually leave till October 2025. So we had that period where we had a tenant in the house. It was all good because we were getting some money from it. Fast forward now to Feb 26 and October 2025, there's a bit of a gap there. What's actually happened in that period? If I'm totally honest with you, I've happened in that period. I've probably been pretty lazy with this project, been pretty relaxed with getting the designs done and everything. But now I'm thinking to myself, I've lost almost 16,000 pounds in lost rent, just being lazy and being relaxed. But now, none of that's about to happen anymore. We've got all of the drawings sorted. We've got the interior designer who's done all the designs. The architect has finalized everything. We have a contractor. We've agreed terms. We have a build schedule in situ. We have a payment plan all ready to go. And we're just waiting for one final document to give us the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. But anyway, let me talk you through the project and show you what's going to be going on here over the next few months. Come in and take a look. So let me talk you through this space. Now, this particular property is a 3-bedroom townhouse with a maid's room. In Dubai, it's a very, very common type of townhouse that you get. 3-bed or a 4-bed, 3-bed with a maid is a common space. So generally what happens is you come in through the front door in a lot of these townhouses and they open up onto this main living area. You don't really have a hallway. In some of the bigger ones you do start to get hallways, but this particular size you don't get a hallway. So you've got this open living space here, which follows on with your kitchen on this side, which is again open plan. And over this side you typically have what is called a powder room. For those in England, it's just a toilet and a hand basin. And then you tend to have a maid's room over on the far side here, because it's very, very common for a family to have live-in home support. I don't like calling them maids, I like calling them house managers, but it's common in Dubai to have one of those. And then you'll have your small garden area on the outside, on this side, towards the back of the house. Now, some people don't like this layout, but I think as a family space where you spend most of your time, it actually works quite well, because you walk in, you've got your living area, you've got your kitchen, you've got somewhere to use the toilet, and then you've got your garden. Now, let's be honest. People always say, I want a big bedroom, I want this, I want the space upstairs. Generally, when a family lives, they live in an open plan area like this where most of your time is spent. Now, this house is probably around 8 to 9 years old now, and it's completely standard. Nothing's changed in here from the day it was built. Now, the developer has kept it very neutral, in very, very neutral stone-based colors on the floors, on the walls. It's just tried and tested and it works. But as a home for a family, a European family, or somebody coming from an area in the world where they're used to having that little bit of a finesse in their home, I don't think this works. And that's the reason why we're going to transform this place completely. And when I mean transform, I mean we are taking it back to the block. We are going to be removing certain walls. We're going to be adding extra space. And we're going to bring this up to the future and give it a new lease of life and potentially make it appealable to so many more families moving here. It's also very common for these townhouses to have what we call a utility area or a utility room. It's basically this cupboard on this side, and it houses the washing machine with some shelves. Just becomes a nice area to keep that side of the home away from the rest of the house. So on the left here, you have a maid's room. And on the left here, we have a powder room. And for anybody who's confused as to what a powder room is, it's just a toilet and a hand basin. It's very common for these townhouses to have these solid concrete staircases. If you're comparing this to European builds, US, UK builds, these stairs are actually quite wide and there's a lot of steps, and in my opinion, there's a lot of wasted space here. So our plan with the balustrades is pretty simple. This old nasty metal wooden type thing is going to be coming out. We're going to be removing this wall on this side, which is a concrete wall, and the plan is to have a nice glass balustrade going all the way up. The reason for that is we've got this big chunky window behind me which lets in a lot of light. The plan is this wall will then have the glass which will allow the light to go through the house and onto that side of the house and create a nice brighter atmosphere. In terms of the concrete stairs here, these will be retiled with some nice porcelain tiles. The edges are going to be quite square, quite flash, and on the sides we're actually going to have a groove cut all the way up the stairs, which will have some LED mood lighting put in there, which of an evening will create a nice ambience throughout the house, so you don't have to have all your lights on when you're chilling, relaxing, getting ready for bed. You just have a nice subtle background light which creates a nice relaxing atmosphere before you retire for the day. So one of the biggest changes we're doing to the ground floor in this home is taking this structured wall out and putting it over to here. So we're moving it. Now, there's a lot of things involved in moving this wall. We've got to make sure we've got the right supports above. But after doing some research, we actually found out that it's better to have this space down here utilized as a separate room, a home office, an area where parents can work. Although this area is quite nice, it's open planned, sometimes of an evening or several times during the week when parents of the child or the couple that might be living here need to get some focused work done, we thought it would be a good idea to have some kind of home office here. Now, it looks like it's quite a dark, dingy place in there once it's built. The way we've overcome that is this section of the wall will actually have a nice big glass panel in here. So it becomes a private space where you can work. Could be an area where you could read, can be an area where the kids can do homework. Whatever it might be, it just becomes a nice area for somebody to work in, and it's still connected to the home. The idea of the glass panel is that if a parent is working in there and the kids are out here, they can still interact, they can still see what's going on. I personally feel it will be a better space for this to be a home office rather than a powder room. Now, we are still keeping the powder room, but all of this area around here is being rejigged. We've got that utility cupboard coming out. We've got the entrance for this being moved on this side. We're rejigging the maid's room. So there's a little bit of orientation changes going on here, but the space that we're going to add is going to be far more better, I feel, for the house and better utilized. So my opinion on kitchens in Dubai, developers do them really, really badly. You know, coming from a construction background in the UK and London in particular, and having built many homes and delivered many fantastic kitchens, some of the areas that I feel that are really badly designed in Dubai are kitchen areas. Now, our kitchen area isn't going to be badly designed because we are going to completely reconfigure this. This island station type thing here, which is solid concrete, is being smashed and coming completely out. All of the kitchen that you see here is completely coming out. We're reconfiguring the gas connection to go from here to this side. And again, we're actually going to have an extraction hood. This is something that amazes me about Dubai. They don't seem to have extraction hoods on kitchens. Now, if you're someone who loves to cook, you know you're going to create steam, smoke and smells. And where are those smells going to go in an open plan area? Into the main home. So something that we've really thought about is how are we going to remove those? So the extractor is going to be going up here when the new cooker goes in. Pipe work will be hidden above and it will go straight out. In terms of the actual kitchen design, so we're getting a German company involved who's done the design on how we think it will fit well with the family. We've got integrated appliances going in, so all of the fridge freezers will be concealed behind doors. We've got the washing machine and dryer going in as well. Now you might think, why do you need a dryer in Dubai? Well, truth be told, probably a bit of a luxury if you want to clean something quickly, dry it, wear it again. That's the only reason why, no science behind it. We've also got an integrated coffee machine going in, and we've got an integrated microwave going in. The colors for this are going to be quite subtle, a nice wooden effect. It's a very, very sleek design when you see it. Over this side, we're also going to have a custom-made dining table, which is designed to just fit this area. It'll have 6 seats, so this becomes a kitchen area, becomes an area where a family can enjoy a meal, and it's still part of the main living area. Now, one of the things that really surprised me about Dubai when dealing with kitchen contractors was on how nice the whole process was. These guys are actually very, very clued up. And you realize very quickly when you've done projects in London and other parts of the UK that we pay such a huge margin on kitchens. When I start talking about costs of certain things later on in this series of videos, you're going to see that kitchens are not that expensive when you're doing one in Dubai compared to the UK. But watch this space. So over this side, this is being completely demolished. The original position of the gas cooker is being taken from there, and it's going in behind me on this side. The wash basin will remain here in front of the window, because when you're washing dishes, which you might not be doing because there's a dishwasher too, but it gives you a relatively nice view. Along this side of the wall, we've got lots of storage going in, lots of clever stores and pull out things and slide-in drawers, really to make it give you ample storage on stuff that you might need in your kitchen. Over this side, we've got some tool units going in, which will again give you a load of space. All of this will come out and it'll all be open plan onto the living area. So along this back wall here, running from that side all the way up to the front of the house, close to the front door, is going to be a media wall. Now the reason why I call it a media wall is because it has your television, it might have your sound bar, it might have the kids' consoles, probably not DVD players, but you know, Apple TV, all of the media stuff in the house that you're used to, hence the reason why it's called a media wall. Now the color of the media wall is going to match the color of the kitchen. We want to keep some kind of continuity throughout the woods being used in the house. In the center of the wall is where the TV will be mounted, and around the TV is where we're going to have this whole cupboard built from floor to ceiling. Now this cupboard's going to have areas where we're going to have certain ornaments on display. The cupboard's going to have internal lighting. There'll be lighting behind the TV to give it some nice mood lighting when you're watching it in the evening. Over this side, we'll have lots of storage as well within the cupboard. It'll all be concealed behind quite big doors. So all of the junk, all the crap that you don't want people seeing can be stored in the back here. Kids' toys, kids' bags, consoles, whatever they might be, can all be stored behind here. Going on to this side, what we're doing on this side of the media wall is we want to cover up this panel. Now, one thing I really love about Dubai and what they do really well, which the UK doesn't, they have like these comms cupboards. So all of the houses here will have an internal comm cupboard, which has an Ethernet panel here, which gives you direct connections in every single room. The great thing is that all of the wires are concealed in the build, so you never actually see them. The only negative with this stuff is that it's visible in your room, and for me, that looks pretty damn ugly. So the media wall will continue through here, wooden paneling. It will cover all of this up, but it will still give you access to it. Underneath that, we're building in some storage, some little box storage behind the cupboard. And the reason for that is, you walk in, you've got dirty shoes on, boom, your shoes can be stored. So all of this has had a lot of thought on how a potential family might be living in this place. But to recap, media wall will run floor to ceiling. It's going to have some really cool spaces in it, cool lighting, and it will run all the way down to the end of the house. So the media wall of the house will run the whole length from that side to here. It will come in this space here, floor to ceiling, TV goes in the middle, lots of nice LED lighting, little pockets of space to store stuff and clever storage. Follows on over this side, will cover up the comms cupboard, the electrical cupboard, and it will have inbuilt shoe storage here with doors on the front. Continuous design, matches the kitchen, all looks uniform. Now let's talk about the living space, which will be just over here. Again, we're having a nice custom built sofa that will go all the way around here, and it sits perfectly in front of the television. Above that, we've got a really nice chandelier that will be hanging just over the sofa area. The ceiling is going to be suspended and it's going to have, again, really nice channel mood lighting around the outside. A lot of thought has gone into lighting in this project. We want to create ambience. When somebody's here after a hard day's work, sitting down, they don't want to have bright lights. So we've really thought about how we can create a nice mood with lighting too.